Hey. 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 Hi.
Land of the free and the
Ready to go now. Wyatt Langford now at the plate. Tap back to the mound. Gets it to first. One out in the top of the first.
Batting second, shortstop.
Here's Corey Seager. Here's a 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball. On the ground. And it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Here's Brandon Nimmo. The 1-2. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy two. Over to Turner for one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the mound for Texas in this one, Jacob deGrom. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3.
Berger takes it to the bag. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out. So here is Bryce Harper. 1-1 now. Swing, a high fly ball, right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone.
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Slings to first. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning. They'll bring up JT Realmuto. 2 down, nobody on. And that one hammered. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on the tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here.
Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry. Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those.
That one drilled left field, and that's going to bang against the wall. The relay, there's the tag, they get him, and that's the inning. So they move out in front after a... Back here in Philadelphia, top of the second.
Well, early in this ball game, down by 4 runs, you've got to try to get a run back, and just look at taking at least 1 an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up.
Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. Sanchez making his first start of the year. And he was born in the Dominican Republic.
That's out.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, he just had no answer for that hard inside fastball right there. Just blew it by him. And not every pitcher likes working inside, especially with 2 strikes. They don't want to hit a batter and waste an opportunity to put him away. But if you can locate that fastball just like he did, most hitters aren't looking for it, and it becomes very difficult to get a piece of.
That's ball 4. Tried another sinker, but couldn't find a zone. Sam Haggerty stepping in for the Rangers. And a swing and a miss. Right through there. Got him. 2 down.
Still couldn't catch up to the good velocity, good run. Those last few inches through the zone.
Now it's Jansen to hit. 2-2. That one missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. First and second, 2 outs. Josh digs in now. This ball's chopped on the ground. To second, turn, 3rd out. Rangers back at Citizens Bank Park, and digging in for Philadelphia, Adolis Garcia. The 1-1. No question about this one. It's out of here. Adolis Garcia blasts one out. His first homer of the year. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Otto Kemp. Got him looking for the K. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So the Philly batting order turns over. Trey Turner now. Trying to bunt his way on. Now the throw to first on the run. Nicely done for the out.
Well, he knew he had to be quick right there, and that was an excellent job of getting a grip on the ball. Strong throw across the diamond. He played that perfectly off the backhand stop.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here on opening day. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. And down on strikes. And Harper down on strikes. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Stays alive. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the Rangers batting order turns over. Wyatt Langford getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Up next for the Rangers, shortstop Corey Seager.
Two down, bases empty. Here's Siegs to the plate now. And a 1-2. To the right side. Stop. Inning over. Nothing doing for the Rangers. It's 5-0. Back here in Philadelphia, set for the bottom of the third, Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. Kyle Schwarber with a rocket. New pitcher on now, Jacob Latz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second home run of the game. Here comes Real Muto. Now a screamer into the outfield. Brings it in, and there's one down. This is Bryson Stott. Out towards right center field, and it drops in. So a man aboard now with one away.
Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
In the air, left field. Nice grab on the run. And there's two away.
Up next for the Phillies.
So digging in, Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia.
That one is absolutely belted. And foul ball. The 1-2. Smash down the left field line. And that'll put runners at the corners with two away.
Up next for the Phillies.
Love how he just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of his mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball.
Now it's going to be Otto Kemp. Liner, and this could be trouble. One run across. Puts the tag on him, and that's the inning. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. On to the fourth, Brandon Nimmo stepping in for the Rangers. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Kemp gets under it. Misses the catch. The throw in, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Head first slide, and he's safe. And they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up. Here's Josh Young right through there for a strike. And they'll do it again. Struck him out without a swing. He picks up his fifth strikeout on the hill. One out man at first. Sam Haggerty the next to hit.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup had stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Danny Jansen to hit here. In the dirt. And the pitch is in for a strike. And the count is even 2-2. That one missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Josh Smith stepping in for the Rangers. Boom. Off balance throw in time. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. We're midway. Back here in Philadelphia, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
That one ripped left field. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Round second, digging for third. The relay throw. The tag, and he's out trying for 3. Here's Harper now. Lifted in the air, right center field. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play. 2 outs, base is empty. And now for the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now here's the Rangers DH, Jock Peterson. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
That one finds the zone. Now 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The Phils up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through him for the K. Strikeout number 8.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Now it's Corey Seager. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. In there, sets him down on strikes. And he's now it's the cleanup hitter for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two.
Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. Another homer. That's his 3rd home run. On the mound now, Jacob Junis.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Fair ball to second, but way too late. Safe there.
2 hits for him in this one. Both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair, so that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
Base hit into the outfield. Stop sign goes up at 3rd. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. And now it's Alec Bohm. Here's a 2-2. Langford takes it in for the out. And there's 1 down. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. Caught in a rundown now. Back to first, and he's safe. Adolis Garcia will hit next. And that's a fair ball. Stop around third. Relay throw home. Not in time. He scores. It's 10-1. And in scoring position with 2 away. Here's the left fielder, Otto Kemp. He's trying for third. And that is that. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. So up next,
Leading
Brandon
off for the
Nimmo.
Rangers, right fielder Brandon Nimmo.
And the Phillies manager. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Taijuan Walker, getting ready to make his season debut. And a big swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Ball 2. And that skips in the dirt. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. Got him swinging.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Right side. Stop. Whips it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Up next for the Rangers, third baseman.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Josh Young. In the air, fairly deep to right field. And that is that. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
Bryce Harper to the plate. Gets the bunt down the right side. Throws to first in time. There comes a skipper. Cole Winn on the pitch here. Ready to make his season debut. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Puts a bunt down. To first. Schwarber out of the play. And that's the third. Sam Haggerty stepping in for the Rangers. The 1-2. And there's a ball. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Josh Smith digs in now. Here's a 1-2. Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second, there's 1. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Center fielder Brandon Marsh.
Bunted back towards the mound. Handles, throws to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Here's JT Realmuto. Line drive, and it stays fair. Now they get the runner and a rundown. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. 2 down, nobody on. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. And here comes Alec Bohm. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Adolis Garcia getting ready to hit. And that bunted towards third. Young out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, ready to begin the 8th. Jock Peterson now at the plate. Here comes the skipper. New pitcher coming on, the veteran Tanner Banks.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Rangers.
So back to the
left
top of the
fielder,
order.
Wyatt
So next to hit for Texas, Wyatt Langford. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The Phillies up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one way inside. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Breaking ball in there, got him looking. That's out number 2. Seager stands in now. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. And that is that.
for Texas.
Taking over on the mound for the Rangers, Michelle Otanez. On the ground to the left. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He beats the throw, and the speedy runner is on at first. Here's Turner now. Here's a 1-1. Base hit, and now 2 aboard. Here comes Bryce Harper. Here's Harper, the count 2-1. Trying to move the runners over. Young tosses to first. 1 gone to the bottom of the 8th. Hung up in a rundown now between third and home. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. The tag. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Brandon Nimmo stepping in for the Rangers. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. And now it's Jake Berger to hit. The 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And now 1 out remaining for Texas. 2 outs, base is empty. Josh Young, the next to hit. This could end it. Cut on and miss, struck him out, and that's the ball game. 10-1.